Coquel, France. Queen Elizabeth II and President Francois Mitterrand formally inaugurated the Eurotunnel rail link connecting their two countries on Friday, cutting a ribbon that symbolically ended Britain's island isolation with the opening of a land link to the continent. The British Queen and French President inaugurated the $15.8 billion 33-mile, that's 50-kilometer, cross-channel tunnel by cutting a red, white and blue ribbon just minutes after they arrived at the Coquel station, close to the tunnel entry near Calais in northwestern France. They later took the train through the Channel Tunnel while riding in the Queen's maroon Rolls-Royce Phantom 6 car. At Folkestone, England, they inaugurated the British side of the tunnel, unveiling a plaque and a statue at the terminal near the tunnel entryway. Speaking after the ribbon-cutting ceremony in France, Mitterrand said the tunnel opening marked the culmination of 2 centuries of dreams and plans, and the will and perseverance of 2 countries. The French people and the British people, as different as they are from one region to another, and from one person to another, and despite their age-old rivalry, complement each other much more than appears at first sight, Queen Elizabeth said. Each recognizes and appreciates the merits and qualities of the other, she said. Certainly our relations have known violent shocks during the centuries, but these times have passed. The tunnel proclaims this simple truth. Queen Elizabeth and President Mitterrand arrived simultaneously in Coquel aboard separate Eurostar high-speed trains for the tunnel opening. Their 2 trains pulled nose to nose to within a few feet of each other. Mitterrand and his wife Danielle disembarked on a red carpet, walked to the Queen's train, and welcomed her and Prince Philip to France. Mitterrand then escorted the Queen, who wore a purple coat and hat, to the ribbon-cutting ceremony. After the playing of national anthems by a ceremonial military band, the Queen and President snipped the ribbon to open the tunnel. After the trip through the tunnel to southeast England, the Queen and Mitterrand were greeted with a flyby of 5 helicopters, 3 of them spewing red smoke. There were a series of other flybys by Air Force jets before the Queen and President toured the Folkestone terminal. Speaking at the English ceremony, the Queen recalled that it was a Frenchman, Louis Blériot, who first flew over the Channel in 1909, while it was a Briton, Captain Matthew Webb, who first swam across it in 1875. This impressive achievement, which we inaugurate today, opens a new dimension for travel and transport as we approach the beginning of a new millennium, Queen Elizabeth said, adding that it was bound to stimulate new bonds of friendship and understanding between the 2 nations. Mitterrand noted that his trip had been more comfortable the native Blériot or Webb, because he'd been able to make it seated in the Queen's very comfortable rows. The tunnel opening also was attended by British Prime Minister John Major and French Prime Minister Edouard Balladur and other senior officials from the governments of the two countries. European Union President Jacques Delors attended, as did former Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, who was in power in Britain when the project was started. The ceremonies under grey, rainy skies followed a morning of ceremonies on both sides of the Channel, with the British Queen opening new international rail terminal at Waterloo Station in London, and Mitterrand and Belgian Prime Minister Jean-Luc Dehaene opening a new station at Lille. The new rail link, whose construction was dogged by delays and spiralling costs, will allow people travelling by car to put their vehicles on a train and cross the Channel in 35 minutes, compared with 75 minutes on the fastest seagoing car ferry. The tunnel will also carry trucks, motorcycles and coaches. On its Le Shuttle service, foot passengers will also travel on Eurostar trains, which link Paris and Brussels directly with London via the tunnel. Once the high-speed rail link is completed in Britain, a train journey from London to Paris will take about 2.5 hours.